that was a very, very peaceful night. Less than 24 euros as well, which is not bad.
Navigate on road. In 7 kilometers, turn right onto D570.
It's still quite quiet here. The last campsite I checked last night, or the first one I checked last night, was busy, and I prefer a much quieter campsite. Now going to be climbing in this valley or the next valley, I'm not sure yet. It's a lovely sunny day, it's 15 degrees and it's only 10 to 9. This is the village of Désaignes, which looks quite pretty, and it's got signposts to the medieval centre. As ever, I'm on my way and I have to just earmark it for a possible future visit. At least I know there's a nice campsite here. And a boulangerie and some restaurants. So it has all the vital things. You see all the trees in bloom, in blossom. They're lovely, aren't they? They're the ones that look like white wisteria. I also wonder whether the Tour de France is coming this way in a couple of months. Has the roads all been laid afresh? Lovely smooth tarmac. They're brand new, no road markings at the moment. Up another col. This one even had a sign to say that it was open, so I think it's this bit is very steep.
Turn left, then take the first right.
Looks like I'm at the top of that col, possibly. Anyway, I'm 978 meters up here, higher than the tallest mountain in England, but by no means the highest around here. I presume now I'm going all the way down again. Chap here has just asked me to wait, and now I see why. It's a mixed herd, isn't it? This road up from Le Chaillard is absolutely wonderful. It's 15 degrees, feels warmer in the sunshine. Mostly the tarmac's been smooth as well. 1,070 metres up I am now. Barely any traffic, barely any wind. Absolutely lovely. I've just gone through Saint-Privat and now heading towards Aubenas, or perhaps the other way around. Anyway, I am now on a much faster road, much straighter. It's 20 past 12, 24 degrees, and the journey continues. The architecture has completely changed. Now feels like I'm in the south of France, although I'm still in the Ardèche. But it looks much more like home. This is Les Vannes. And it is Sunday lunchtime, I suppose. Oh yeah, people eating in the restaurant. I think today is going to be one of those twisty windy days. I'm climbed again to 800 metres. Oh, we're now in Lozère, just left Gard, and I'm in the Cévennes National Park, I think, or was. That sign implies I left the Gard. I don't know when. I haven't seen another sign. I'm actually on a route signposted as a circuit of Mont-Lozère. Of French departments are named after the rivers, but this one, I assume therefore, is named after a mountain. Don't know if you'll catch that. Nice bridge and a mill. Looks a bit abandoned. No, maybe not. No, probably a holiday home then. The Garmin has taken me on a tiny little back road, but it's still labelled the D998, so that implies it's quite a big main road, but it doesn't look it. River on my left, don't know if you can see it, is the Tarn. Oh, it is, yeah, look. Tarn. And I was looking at the chateau near Albi. The Tarn was a large river. Here, it's not. convivial Sunday for these people. Picturesque place. This one, I don't know what its name is yet. And there's another river flowing into it. I really should keep a book of all the places that I go through that I want to come back to, because that looks a very nice place to stop and while away a few hours. I do love the heat of the summer, but I have to say the colours this time of year are lovely. The gorse is out, there's all those false acacia, these little purple flowers, whatever they are. All different types of green as well. There's such a variety. By the summer it's all looking a little washed out. There's an impressive ruin guarding the river, I suppose. There's nowhere for me to stop and take a photograph though. Maybe the other side, possibly. It is Sunday, so there are a lot of motorbikes out on the roads and sports cars, cyclists. People enjoying themselves, as indeed I am. There's that castle again. I'm not far from Florec, and as you can see, the scenery's changed again. Rocks. The side on the left is a deep gorge. Yeah, with the river at the bottom. I suppose this is the start of the Gorge du Tarn, or maybe another part of the Gorge du Tarn. And suddenly I'm in the village. Route, I think, follows or is parallel to the main Gorge du Tarn, so it's much quieter, but it's still lovely, absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, just crossing the river again. There must be a mill on the left once. I don't know if I'm going to go over a col or out onto the top on the cause. We'll see. I've seen signs for Mont Aigul, and I don't know if that's that off to the right, but before modern cartographers it was always pictured as a pyramid, but a pyramid the wrong way up, because the top of it was thought to be inaccessible and it was sort of balanced on a point. We now know that's impossible, but I think it must have been inspired by the legend of how difficult it is to get up to the top. I don't know if you can see it on this, and I don't know if that's it because it's 12k away, and I don't know whether that's counting the fact that the road probably takes that to get there, or what, I don't really know. Anyway, Google it. Mont Aigul, or I should say Ecosia it, because I don't use Google, I use Ecosia. Forget everything I said about that mountain, not everything. It's Mont Aigual, and it's this way. I've left that other mountain behind. It says it's 13 kilometres this way, so I will keep an eye out for it, because the sat nav says I turn off in 14 kilometres, so I should see whatever it is, assuming I've remembered correctly, and it's not a completely different mountain. I'm climbing anyway. It's 1,050 metres here, Col de Fourquez, just went past. I think I must have misremembered. I can't see anything particularly difficult about this climb. I'm just over 1,500 metres now, getting above the tree line a bit, but it's not been a terribly steep climb or anything. Not really sure. Anyway, it's the highest I think I will have been on this journey. I don't think anywhere between now and home is going to be anywhere near as high as this. Those could be famous last words. I don't know. But it looks like I'm not actually going right to the top. Maybe I should. Perhaps I will, just to see what it's like. The sat nav wants me to go right there, but I won't. I'm just going to have a look. There was a sign there saying you are not allowed to sleep up here. Obviously there are other campers here, but presumably not staying the night. I'll just get out and have a look.
Turn right onto D180.
Well, you can see for miles.
Left onto D180, then take the first left. Turn left onto D180.
And as you might have seen, I've changed department again, and I'm going back. That was Gard, now I'm back in Lozère. So the departmental boundary runs right across the top of the mountain, sharing it. And this is the Col de Poujol. No, I think that was a signpost to the Col de Poujol. It's only 16 degrees up here and a wee bit windy. Hardly surprising really, is it? It's 15,500 metres. Sorry, 1,550 metres. I've been descending for the last, I don't know, 15 minutes. The road isn't a particularly big one. On the other hand, I haven't seen any other traffic. Up on the D548. I think these roads look narrower on the GoPro than they are in real life. I have to say, driving this particular van doesn't feel as intimidating as my old Heimer, even though the Heimer was only about 3 or 4 inches wider, but it felt bigger, it felt wider, and although this is less manoeuvrable, it's got a much longer wheelbase, it doesn't feel as scary on roads like this as the Heimer did. Even though I think, as I said, on the GoPro, it does look like I'm filling the entire road, which I'm not. As you saw when someone came past. Belvedere, from the Belvedere. I think I'm coming out of the hills now. I think. I'm not sure, but I've been dropping for quite a long time, and now, with any luck, the route is an easy one. It's a little bit longer than I thought to go. I thought it might only be half an hour, but the sat nav says it's an hour and 3/4. So I'll be a little bit later stopping tonight than I thought I'd be. But still, there's still plenty of daylight left at this time of year. Every time I think the scenery is changing or the landscape is changing, it changes back. I had a straight piece of road a little while ago, but now I'm back on a fairly bendy road. Although I was about to say the valleys are opening out wider, but this one isn't. And still got the old-fashioned concrete bollards on the other side before the days of Armco. Wonder what I can see from here. I'll have a look, see if I can see anything. Looks like I'm descending to the bottom of this gorge, and there's some proper hairpins here, as you can see, right around that one. And then straight back round again. And there are dozens more like that, according to the sat nav. Way to the bottom of this gorge. I don't know how much of this the sat nav will pick up, but I am almost at the bottom of the gorge, almost. But there's a village down there, which we might be able to see on the next hairpin. View from their houses. The river is still another long distance down. Alright, this is the department I will be staying in tonight. This is narrow as well, but with the added disadvantage that I can't really get close to the edge because there's a wall there. We've had a couple of people flying around the corner and suddenly have to slam on their brakes. I'm going uphill, so I'm going a bit slower anyway, but it's yeah, slow going on this bit, and there's plenty of hairpins to come. Go. I wonder if that 2CV probably is registered in Berlin in Germany, so the only reason it's here is probably for the French National, which is in Act this coming week. That I think is a German historic number plate with the H window, so I'm 99% certain it's going to 8, so I'll probably see it this week. Although they won't recognise me because I'll be in a completely different vehicle. I have to say, this 2CV has been driven with gusto. I can keep up on the straights, but not so well on the corners, particularly the sharper ones. Slower on that one, but the other ones she's been absolutely tearing away. And as it's all downhill, the extra power I have is of no benefit. There she goes, straight off. CV can take these speed ramps a hell of a lot quicker than I can. I was down to under 20 kilometres an hour for that, and she hardly slowed down at all.